What's up guys, it's Light Spiral here with the Hall of Wind Beast 7 Farmable Team video. For those of you who haven't seen any of my Farmable Team videos before, basically what I do in these videos is I go over all 5 of the units as well as how to get them, what their purpose is in the team, and possible replacements for them. So I'll get into that now. The first unit I have here is Beretta, the Fire Sylph. It's a natural 4-star you can get from the Fusion Hexagram. The next unit I have is Seek, the Fire Hellhound. It's a natural 2-star, and all natural 2-stars you can get from either the Magic Shop, Unknown Scrolls, Social Summons, Scenario Battles, or Secret Dungeons. So you can get Seek from one of those following ways. The next unit is Colleen, the Fire Harpoo. Also a natural 2-star, so same ways to get her as you did to get Seek. And then the next unit is Shannon, the Wind Pixie. Once again, a natural 2-star, so you can get her the same way as you got the last two. And then the final unit is Bella Dion, the Light Inugami. It's a natural 3-star that has a secret dungeon on Light Day, so get her if you haven't already got her already. Now, one thing you may have noticed is that this Fire Hellhound or Seek did die. He doesn't have a single rune on him, so I was expecting him to die. This team can easily 4-man this dungeon. And the tower was scheduled, or my order was supposed to be attack the red crystal first. So you might have noticed when I first loaded it, it was attacking the red crystal first, and then I had to tap the screen to make it the boss. That's because in B10 I target red crystal first, so it just automatically does that in B7. In this team, you just go straight boss and it'll work just fine, as you guys just saw. So now let's start to get into the reason each of these units is in the team. Beretta doesn't really have a real reason to be in the team. Like, he doesn't have an essential role. He's just kind of there just because you can bring 5 men into the dungeon, so you might as well bring 5 people into it. And he provides a little bit of utility to help the run go easier. And so the reasons he is in there, in case you are curious, is because he has the speed leader skill, which does work in dungeons. And he has the dots to help you kill, the AoE dots to help you kill the boss quicker. But replacements for Beretta is whatever you need it to be, whether that's a speed buffer, another healer, another damage dealer, more dots, whatever it may be, you can use. And instead of Beretta, I just happen to use Beretta because I have him and he works good in this dungeon. The next unit is Seek, the Fire Hellhound. He's in this team for one reason only, and that is to deal damage. So to replace Seek, any damage dealer that you may have that's not water can be used. Colleen, the Fire Harpoo, has got one reason to be in this team, and that is she can consistently block the heals of the boss. That's extremely important in this dungeon because every time the left tower moves, the boss will heal all the way up to max. So if you can't kill it quick enough, and you don't, or if you don't have heal recovery debuffs on, you'll never kill the boss because it'll just keep healing to max. And so that's why she's in the team. Replacements for Colleen is anyone that can consistently put heal blocks on the boss, and they can't be 1-turn heal blocks. They've got to be 2 or 3 turns, because 1 turn it's going to be too unreliable that it's going to stay on the boss. So replacements for Colleen, like I said, anyone that can block heals that's not water and can do it reliably. And her heal is kind of just a bonus on her 3rd skill. Now the next unit I have is Shannon, the Wind Pixie. She's in here for 2 main reasons. The first reason is the AoE speed debuff. The reason you want the speed debuff on is because you want a speed debuff on the left tower so that it won't heal, so you have more room for error in case your Colleen doesn't land her HP recovery block. You have more time to put it back on before the left tower goes and full heals again. And the second reason is the full team defense buff, which helps keep your team alive so you can stay in and win. And so that's why she's in the team. Possible replacements for Shannon. Honestly, anyone that does have a AoE speed debuff that's reliable can be used to replace Shannon. Of course, the defense buff is obviously very useful, and as well as the glancing hit first skill is useful. But if you have a full team speed debuffer, or not a full team, an AoE speed debuffer, that could definitely be used to replace Shannon in this dungeon. And the last unit here is Bella, the Light Inugami. Honestly, I don't recommend trying to replace her in this team, but if you want to, you can. And the reason I say I don't recommend trying to is because she has 3 purposes in the team. That is to do defense breaks, so you can kill the boss quick before it can heal. That is to her second skill, strips buffs off the boss, and the boss, every time the right tower moves, will put an attack buff on, which could make it so he could definitely kill your team if he had an attack buff. And she is a good healer, so she can heal you after the boss does hit you. So, like I said, I don't recommend trying to replace her because I don't think there's too many other units in the game that do defense break, buff strip, and full team heal. But if you really did want to replace her, you could just replace her with any healer you've got. It just, like I said, I don't recommend trying to replace her. If you have any other dungeons that you're having trouble clearing, be sure to tell me in the comments, and I'll try to make a video on it as soon as possible. But that's all I have for today, though, guys. So may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows.